What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another cup of conversation,
where we have conversations worth having.
I'm your host T,
And I'm your host Coco.
and today we got a solo episode. We ain't been here in a while.
Yes, I know.
It feels like, but anyway, y'all still been getting y'all been getting the content,
Yeah.
the content
Yeah.
for y'all. So, actually, I was here last weekend, but
How did it go?
it was good. It was good.
Okay.
Bunch of flakes, So it ended up being like a solo show, just me and my homegirl.
Okay. It was supposed to be like
5, 6 people committed.
Only 2 people came. What?
Yeah, that's how the dice roll, or that's how that whatever the saying is. That's just how that is.
Now y'all must not have watched our episode about friendships and.
They don't listen. They don't listen. But how you been feeling? How you been dealing? It's been a lot going on.
So, how I've been feeling? I've been feeling like it's so much noise in my life. Like, not even in my life in particularly. I feel like just so much noise in the world, and it's like it has took a toll on me. Kind of like, I'm still like going and doing everything normal. Like, that's what we do.
I was just gonna say, you gotta wake up and the day gonna be 8 a.m. You gotta be where you gotta be.
So I just feel like it's just a lot. I don't know. I recently had said that I was gonna go ahead and start back with a therapist because like it's really intense for me right now. Like just I don't even want to call it a midlife crisis because it's not even tailored to like just my life specifically. It is, but it's not. So I just said the way I'm gonna deal with it is I'm gonna get some support around me. That can give me some professional support. I'll say that because I have my family and stuff, but like just some professional support to kind of guide me and to keep me on track and keep the main thing.
Right.
But yeah, I have some goals that I want to accomplish within the next 3 months. So I'm working towards doing that and like I said, keeping the main thing.
Right.
And remembering that at the end of the day, this is what I got to do.
Right.
It is what it is.
How
you feeling?
Pretty much the same. I mean, anxiety, anxious. The world around me is just like so loud and moving quickly, and everybody just is pulling you this way or that way and telling you to do this and do that. And I'm just hold up, y'all. Just hold up. Let's sit back and relax for a minute. And then what pisses me off is even when I'm relaxing, it feels like, why are you sitting here so long? Like, why?
It's something you could be doing.
Yes. Yeah. Like, I'm like, boy, I don't like this. I don't like this constant rat race. Like we were just talking about. Like, I really don't. And I don't know. I don't want to speak how people be speaking on retrograde and the Mercury is in retrograde. Mercury been drinking Gatorade for a long time. Yeah. Whatever it is.
No, for real, it's something.
Something has been going on for a while, and like. It's almost like a spirit. You can feel it like around us. It's too much going on, and it's just I don't really like it. I've been at the church house, y'all. I've been at the church house because I really don't like it. Like, but of course I was already trying to, get that started anyways. But if anything ever pushed me further and made me more consistent about what I was talking about doing, it's the climate right now.
Right.
But I'm dealing with it. I've been learning how to breathe and just relax. And just know it's gonna play out. This is already a set plan, and I just gotta go with it. I'm not going with the flow because I am still putting certain pieces into place to make sure that I secure the next, like you said, the main thing. Make sure I secure the goal and not let it get too far. But it's been a lot going on. I know y'all probably feeling the same, just with the climate and everything going on right now. Like it's
I feel like too now, just sitting here thinking about it. Could it be possibly that because we are the new adults now, we're getting a dose of what it feels like to be an adult and have to make a decision about certain things that we once never had to really make a decision? Even though some of us have already voted, but it was almost kind of like, I think I'm at the age now to where I'm doing things with my own mind and with my own conscience. So it's harder because it's not like my mama just saying, go vote for him, just vote for who I vote for. And or not even just voting, just everything is just like, okay, let me think about this because how my mama would have handled it in her time, it might not work for me not right now. So let me reevaluate how I need to do, how I need to go about.
I'm thinking that same exact thing because it's just like like you said, this is probably the first time I get to like make the decision and really look into it myself. Like I voted other elections, probably not many. Probably I wasn't able to vote for Barack because I was in high school. I remember.
Really?
The first term, the second one I did.
Okay.
I got to vote the second one, but the first one, I was in high school. I remember going to the inauguration. I think it was like my junior year or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then when he got to the second term, I voted the last time for Biden. So I ain't been able to vote many times. Mm-hmm. Like that's in other words, I haven't been able to vote many times. So this is the time where I got my own mind in it, and I'm looking into stuff that y'all talking about. Some Google, see what you can see. I wish I wouldn't have Googled. I wish I would have not. Yeah. Because now I really am just about to be listening to my mama. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, I really don't want to. Right. But, you know, I feel like it's my civic duty.
Right. No, it definitely is. But,
and by the time y'all see this, the ballot going to be cast. It's going to be in. Y'all going to already know.
Whether you went or you didn't, it's going to be what it's going to be.
Y'all already going to know. Yeah. It's going to be what it is. But a lot of the talk that's been going on that also has probably boosted a lot of people's anxiety is this conversation about Megan and her documentary. Mm-hmm. And
I think what we were just talking about kind of leads me into my topic, but you can go ahead and go into your topic too.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say...
we can start there.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about how we were just talking about being a new adult and having your own conscience and how it's very overwhelming and I know, okay, for instance, with our parents' support, mm-hmm. because we both still have our parents here, your mom, my mom, and dad, but it's hard still. Mm-hmm. And so all I could think about that whole entire episode, amongst a few other things, was I hate that she is experiencing life at that magnitude without a mom.
No support,
no grandma, no dad, no mom, and I feel like that it just had me kind of crying. Like I cried during the.
I did too.
Yeah, I cried because I was just like, man, like
that was heartbreaking. Like that's
nobody and then at the rate that her mom was going for it to happen so quickly. Yeah, it wasn't something you could kind of prepare for. Yeah, like, it was kind of like what?
Very sudden.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah. I thought the other day, like, my conscience just be running thoughts across, And I was just thinking, like, it was a little bit after I watched that, and I was like, dang, it's crazy. Like, after you graduate, some of us go to college or we go off into these worlds where we don't have our parents or our support system right next, close, in reach distance. So, like, we make friends or we get boyfriends or girlfriends, and now we in cahoots or we in real tight knits with these total strangers. Yeah. Like, and you praying and hoping that this is a good person, that this will be a good support too. Yeah, they got good intentions. That this will kind of replicate what you got at home, or you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Your safe space away from home.
And just it sucks that she ran into a lot of people that did not. Like a lot of people that let that down. Like yes, a lot of mistakes because, like you said, she was just probably looking for a safe space, people to bond with. Just something.
And the statement she said when she was like, I feel like if my mom was around, none of these people would be around me. And I feel like that's underrated statement because we always hear, and my friends even said in the friendship episode how my mama was their friend. Like, I don't think my mama is going to say how she feels about a person. Like, if she feel like they don't have no good intentions to be around me, she gonna say it. If she feel like they good, she gonna say it. My mama is very, very involved in like the people that are around me, and so when she said that, I was just like, oh, that sucks. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It really does.
You really don't. And even the part where she was just like, I didn't know what Megan needed to do or what she wanted to do because I always had my mom right there to say, do this, do that, don't do that, and
I still got my mama too, right?
But you know what I mean? Like, so yes.
Just about anything, so.
I had wrote down, I know like we talking about her mom passing and stuff like that, but I had also thought about in that, like that statement I just said, you can grieve your mom, but in the process of like grieving a parent, and I'm specifically talking about parents because we know that it's a different level of losing somebody when you lose, especially if that person was very heavily involved in your life.
Right.
So I just thought about the person that not only did she have to grieve her mom, but she had to grieve whoever she was with her mom, so not being that person anymore.
Now she has to all of a sudden learn lessons or grow up in a way that she never really imagined she would have to do so quickly. So yeah, you have to grieve that younger, nonchalant, really just, I'm not going to say uneducated, but just, you know, just letting everything go.
Waiting on a support, waiting on an answer person. Like, you are the answer. Like, I think that if for me, just looking back, like just thinking too, like I feel like that would be the biggest thing for me. Like if I lost my mom, like I feel like that would be, I wouldn't kind of know, like, am I even the same Krista anymore? Like I can't be the same Krista without my mom. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I think that in the process of, you know, losing somebody, you also lose yourself. Yeah. And you have to really like figure out like, how do I be me now? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's weird, like, even speaking that now, like it's just weird, but it's really a thing. Like,
what does the new me look like, or what does this, you know, what does this new chapter look like? What am I going to accept? What am I not going to accept? Who do I let in? Like, cause like she said, her mama was vetting most of this out. Like, so
she had an answer. She said she didn't. Her mama didn't need nobody in the room to tell her nothing. She had the answer.
And from the clips, it looks just like what she's explaining. Like, it's executives in the room, and she turned around to her mom, and her mom like breathe like this. You know what I mean? Like,
it's people that's probably well experienced.
You know what I'm saying? That you would probably look to like for something like that, but she going straight to the source, like somebody that she trusts. That she know and did is like, yo, your resume says you did this, but you was probably in the background doing something, you know, something you done spruced up on your resume. Exactly. But I know she done been through this. And I just, as somebody who's lost one parent, I could not imagine not having neither one of my parents. Like that is that when people say, oh, I never know what you're going through, I can't say, you know what I'm saying? I understand, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? That is something I can say I hope to never understand. Like I hope that's crazy. And then her grandma, it just seemed like so much. When she put it in the timeline, oh my God, like it's crazy.
Yeah, it was. I think too, I was doing some research about just people that experience losing parents, either one or both, and I feel like they all had one thing in common, and the one thing that they had in common was that they were very okay with being unattached to people. Like it was easy for them. Like if I can, and I guess I would put it in terms of if I can be detached from the person that I thought I could never be detached from, nobody means that much to me. So nobody would ever, I would never care. If you walk out, okay. And they all said they struggle with all of their social relationships look different after the passing of their parents or parent. And it was nothing that they knew how to do about it. Like it was one of them things like I don't know how to I don't know how to care that you want to stay or want to leave. I don't care because I don't know how to make me care.
I don't feel in that area. Yeah, like it doesn't really click or connect for me. Because like you said, I've already lost. I know I can disconnect from anything. I know that it might hurt a little bit, but I can disconnect.
I can do it. I've done it.
Anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was sad to watch that, but it plays out in a lot of our lives in real time. Like in real time, I have friends or that people that are not really that close, but I know this girl in particular that lost her mother, and this was like later on in her life after she graduated high school. So this is like a cut, and I think the timing matters too, because I always say about my dad, I lost him when I was 6, and I can only mourn like a short like a episode, you know what I mean, like a TV episode. Now I can't mourn a full movie of us back, you know what I mean. I can only recall so much. So to have something that like, you know what I'm saying, to have your parent around that long and to lose them, or just anybody, to be honest, but you're like we said, we speaking on parents specifically. I just don't even know how. She's strong to keep on,
Yeah,
touring.
really.
And she was getting on stage and saying, I don't want to call, I don't want to cry. But I wouldn't be able to say my mama without my eyes watering. Like,
yeah. And I think too, when you spoke about like you don't have a full movie too, I think that grief is kind of weird because I was just thinking when you said that, what would be, and none of it is ideal, don't get me wrong when I say this, but what would be an ideal situation? Like, would it be kind of okay that, okay, my parent passed when I was young?
When they was 99, that's the only idea.
Or do you feel like the only exception would be like when they super old and
That's the only exception, man. That's the only thing that I feel like I know I would be able to get through. Like, with my mama right now, if we talking hypothetically, which I don't even want to talk like that when we talking about that, but with the roles that she has played and the role that she's still playing in my life right now, it would have to be 99 for me.
Well, I'm saying, for instance, with your dad, for instance, do you feel like it's less heavy than it would be if it was like now, your age, your dad now passing, versus you feel like it was less?
Yeah.
So with that
the only thing I really more, because like I said, I don't have that full movie, so I more so what he missed, what could have been, should have been, like, you know what I mean? So that's what I feel like.
And that's still a valid kind of
this is still brief.
I feel like I always used to worry about, and one of the things that I'll let y'all in on, like me being very transparent about something, is one of the things that the devil really messes with me about is death.
Okay.
And
I think you said this in a previous episode.
Okay, yeah, and I've never really lost anybody, so it's always like he tried to make me feel that if I would feel that I'm better than somebody because I haven't lost that person. Do you think you're too good to lose somebody? Do you think, like, even with my daughter, like, it was bad when I had
He'll give you, like, I'll show you moments.
Yeah, like that. Even with my husband, like,
little scares.
I'd be like, oh my goodness. But I always think about, like, I used to think, like, I just pray my dad don't die because who gonna walk me down the aisle? Like, I pray my, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they gonna get to see me do this? Or they gonna get to see my kids do X, Y, and Z? Like, so even with, I feel like even like with your situation, with your dad passing at a young age, and you didn't have much memory of the relationship, I feel like it's still like a grievance because the moments where that person is supposed to be inserted.
Yes, it's a whole nother side of that to mourn.
Yeah.
And I can't even see a girl with they daddy like having a good time. I'm like, fuck.
Exactly, especially if you know your daddy would have been that person. He wouldn't have been like, oh, I don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you had a dad that, oh, he would have been there 10 times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had the opportunity right now, he'll be, you know.
Exactly.
So that's even more of a situation to like grieve that, like just the grievance of the what ifs or the I won't ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that hit harder than the just being able to, because if you can go back to some memories and stuff like that, like I kind of equate that to my friend passing. I have a lot of memories to refer back to when I'm talking about him, and I can talk about him for days on and on. But like I said with my daddy, it's more of the what ifs, and sometimes I feel like I used to feel guilty for grieving my friend that hard.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, damn, I done had family members that had passed, and you know what I mean. But I don't have that. You know, I don't have that timeline with it. And watching her timeline, that really like pinpointed certain things. Like, you got a timeline with people. Like, everybody in your life has a relationship, a timeline, a season. That's why I don't really feel like my discernment is good, I feel like. But I also feel like God's guidance is even better for me. Like, he does not put anybody in my path that I wasn't supposed to learn a lesson from. Like, maybe I stayed in something longer than I should have been. But he was like, you been should have got up out of this. But like, you know, I feel like it's always either a blessing or a lesson. It's something I have to get up out of that.
Right.
So.
You just said something that made me think about something. You said that you grieve your friend more than you grieve like a family member or something. And I felt like that, in a weird way I feel like that because I feel like, I don't want to say proximity is it, but I do feel like a bond, a relationship, a genuine bond that you have with somebody is always going to top blood.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because we have blood that we don't see every day. We have blood that it was cool. We wasn't beefing or nothing, it was we didn't have a
we didn't pick up the phone and call each other, nothing like that. You know, we were just related type thing.
Because I really haven't had anybody that was close to me surpass. But I've had family members that you would think if that person died, that person
you ought to be sad.
Very sad. And I was sad, but it wasn't. It didn't grieve me, like, you know. And so, but I do recall, like, when my grandmother's husband passed, and I was really tore up at that funeral, not because I had a relationship with him, but because of the relationship that my grandmother had with him, and the life that she was able to experience. With
I've
him.
done that before too.
And I grieved more for her than I did because he was gone. I grieved that, like, man, like, she didn't get enough time. Like, I'm sad because the person that I love is deeply sad. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
I felt that, like, Bubba, I had to walk through him losing his father. While we was together, and him having to do a lot of shit Megan had to do. He had to be the one to say, hey, he probably wouldn't want to sit here like this no more. You know what I mean? I have to make that decision. So, watching people grieve could bring its own kind of grief. Like that, just because he would sit in the house in a room sometime and just he'll be sitting there by himself, and then he'll just be bawling, crying, and I just be like, damn, I know exactly what he's going through. Like, I know exactly, because Father's Day, birthdays, even to this day, are tender for me. Like, very tender. I think I cry less, but my early 20s, and I guess this will kind of move me on into my topic, my early 20s were really hard for me because I was just like, I don't even know what's going on with my life. And then that was a constant reminder around Father's Day. It was like, that's when I got to grieve those coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like, oh, would I be this broke if my daddy was would I be going through, you know what I mean? Like, would I just let this nigga do me like this if I didn't, you know, type thing. Like, it was always that what if. And I wanted to talk about with my little with my tease topic, really not but with my tease topic, I wanted to talk about how she had to, if y'all haven't noticed yet, we didn't announce this at the beginning of the episode. We kind of dissected. We kind of dissected, but we really pulling the broader moments from it that we really wanted to have.
From the Megan's, in her words
documentary. And we pulling, like I said, the broader conversation, broader moments that we really want to touch in, and, you know, give our side of the perspective on.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl T.
And your girl Coco.
And are you looking for some brand exposure? Do you have a business that you're trying to put in front of a new audience? Because look, right now we are giving out free commercials. Free. Oprah style, baby.
Yes, and you get one.
Period. We putting it out there. And we building our brand, and we trying to help you build your brand.
Yes. So if you have a small business, large business, medium-sized business, whatever kind of business you might have, let us know. Get in our inbox, email us, and let us know how we can help you grow your business and see some success this year.
Yes.
These slots are only free for a limited amount of time. We're going to give you the first 4 weeks of the month free. You get to see how we expose you, how many people come on behalf of Cup Conversation, and then you get to decide, is it worth it? So this is a deal of a lifetime if you ask me. As a business owner myself, if somebody gave me this opportunity, I would definitely do it. We have views on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yes,
and
just get out there.
As well as the podcast platforms.
Yes.
So tap in with your girls.
Very much so. Get them commercials while they last. Deuces.
Like I was saying though, for my tease topic, I wanted to get into how she had to navigate her early 20s. We talk about not if we wouldn't have our parents right now. In this moment where we are and I'm going to my 30s, you're already in your 30s. Like we have passed that, because I feel like 20 to 27 is like those pivotal 20 years where you have a lot of learning. You go through a lot of different phases and a lot of different stuff around that time. And she had to navigate that, not only in front of the public eye, but with no support system and having one of the people that she thought was her biggest supporters, not just her mama, but just somebody that she got to pick, like one of her friends that she got to pick, turn out to not be what she thought it would be. So the question I really want to pose from that is, how do you feel like you navigated those early 20s without, because we weren't even in front of the spotlight when we was navigating them early 20s. Them early 20s without your parents being in that touching vicinity. Like, you might have been in college or just getting away from home. Like,
I will say this. I was not. I feel like I've always been the type of person to have like very good understanding of people and people's ways and people's, you know, I'll say the psychology of people. I feel like I've always been like heightened in that area, and I've said this too before. Like, I have really never had conflict with people. Like, even like not just friends, but even like relationships. When for one, when I was in high school, I dated the same guy the entire time. We ended up breaking up my senior year, his senior year. We still went to prom together because it was just like we had already planned to, but we were not together. And then moving into the fall to go to school, we went to the same college and we were still not together at like first semester or whatever. And we ended up getting back together, and then he ended up cheating and we broke up. But even like when I think about that, like I almost kind of felt like how Tiara felt that day. Like, she felt like I might need to be doing something else, like, because I didn't.
Okay, so you didn't have that.
I didn't have what normal people had. Like, even when he cheated, like, I literally found out we broke up and we never talked from that day to this one. And he just passed last week.
He did?
Yes. I found it out a few weeks ago. He was in the hospital during the time of Rich Homie Coin's death, and I found out about it, and then last week I got the notification that he had passed.
Oh my God.
And so we literally had never talked from the day that he left the apartment and packed out his stuff. It was very it wasn't like no back and forth. Like, it was like he did it. He was like, yeah, I'm done with you. And I was like, okay. And my mama packed me up. We moved back. I came back to Houston for the summer, came back, and then I met Carrie. So
y'all was living together? Okay,
yeah, we were. Yeah. And so, well, we really wasn't, but
kind of just staying together.
He was staying in my apartment.
Yeah.
But like, I never experienced, like, you know, the back and forth, none of the stuff that normal girls.
I realized that about us the other day. I don't know why. I was just sitting back thinking about the difference in our like upbringing. To think about. I think it was the marriage conversation that we've been having on our stories or whatever. And to think about why we think about stuff this way.
Okay, yeah.
And you grew up in a 2-parent household that pretty much told you, you know what I'm saying? One, I know for sure your mom was telling you your body ain't for everybody type thing. Like, okay, that's one contrast. Because my mama did not, she tiptoed around the conversation. Okay. So when she just thought I was having sex, she was like, you need birth control. Okay. Type thing. So I feel like my mama, more so being a single parent, let the community raise me and my environment, my brother, which probably wasn't the best influence at the time, raised me more though than she had too much of a hand in, because she was doing what single mothers do, trying to provide, trying to, you know, so, and I was just thinking about, dang, that's why we think about marriage different, because when I'm in high school, growing up, coming up, or even in middle school, I'm thinking as far back as middle school, when we looked upon sex and relationships, those two things were never like looked upon as something so serious or sacred. It was just something to do. Yeah. All my cousins is freaky and nasty. Right. And they was having kids early. You know what I mean? Like that. One of my cousins, like she was a girl too, joked like talking about sex like a joke, kind of like Sexy Red or some shit, but probably not as vulgar. Well, she used to listen to some cut all the time. She put me on that. Like, she really had me on some shit I shouldn't have been on that early. But, you know, but they looked at it as just like something to do. Right. Even when I was going from middle school to high school, like, people was already losing their virginity. And, you know, and when I first got to freshman year, I remember people was making me feel bad as fuck because I was thick. And they was like, oh, she been fucking. You want to get ass like that if you been fucking? I'm like, should I have been fucking? What am I doing? Like, wrong. Like, what are y'all talking about? I just want to be liked here, you know. Yeah. I'm new here.
And I remember struggling to that point. My mama did always tell me, like, to be honest, my mama never really told me that sex was like something that you should only do in marriage. Like she might have said that maybe one time in my life I could probably remember, but it wasn't that stuck with me. It was more so like my mama used to always my mama used to always make me feel like, and that's probably why like people say I'm extra and people have a hard time being my friend, because my mama used to always say stuff like, yeah, like you the one, like you unique, you different, don't be like my daddy and my mama used to always tell me and my siblings like, y'all different, y'all not like them, don't ever want to be like nobody else, don't ever want to be like them. So with me, where I grew up that was the norm. So like I even remember like being in conflict with, I want to be friends with all these other girls, but I also want to be the one like my mom and my daddy tell me. So I used to lie about having that. I used to be like, yeah, girl, I did it with him and had never done it before. Yeah. But I always, and I think what saved me, not even so much because I wanted to be married, it was more so like I wanted to be the one girl that didn't have a baby daddy. Yeah, like, I used to always want to be different from the other girls. Like, and
see, no, that wasn't what I was trying to do.
Yeah,
that wasn't what I was trying to do.
So I think that's so. I was already different because now, but
I was already different because I was because in Orange, most of the people are born there, and a lot of them are related cousins. You know what I'm saying? Everybody cool with everybody. Everybody know each other, mom and shit. I was already different in that aspect because we had moved when I was really young, like in first grade or something like that.
We got that in coming in.
Yeah.
Because I moved to Louisiana when I was in the 8th grade, so I was already different in that.
Yeah. So you know you kind of stand apart when you're new. But for whatever reason, I guess since I was younger and more probably impressionable at that time, I was like, yeah, I need to be in the you know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine that what I was feeling in that little middle school going on to high school time, that's basically how she felt in her early 20s going into this huge, you know what I'm saying, celebrity field. Yes. Because, I mean, baby, if I was 21 and I met the baby,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't even need to finish the sentence, just
Yeah. No, really.
You know what I mean? Like, so watching that unfold and just knowing like how young and wild I used to be, I was like, ooh, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I could say a lot of it. She got on there and said she lied to Gil King, but I can go to the grave with a lot of mine. You can't.
Right. No.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so that's something totally different to go through. The little trauma that I ain't gonna say little because that's me looking back and actually realizing that about myself and realizing that about my surroundings. Like, you didn't have nobody in your house saying, no, that ain't cool, or you know what I'm saying, don't do X, Y, and Z, don't be like them or whatever. My brother was already, I think he was trying to do the same thing too, because he was more, like, he was more up in age too. Like, maybe, I don't know if he was in high school yet by the time he moved down here, but whatever the case may have been, he was up in age, so he was trying to fit in too. Like, I feel like all of my siblings was, maybe except my older sister, she just really didn't give a fuck about nobody or nothing. So, I learned a lot of my ways from him. Like, I think I was really dissecting the whole why I smoke so much back. And it just all boils down to me being raised by him in my community.
Right.
A lot of the shit I seen him do growing up, I thought was cool. It's probably I act like a little boy too. But you know, I thought that's what was cool. That's what needed to be done. You know what I'm saying? Even though it wasn't a girly thing to do, it wasn't like it was opposed to girls. Other girls was, they had some other girls out there. Right. That's the kind of like different I want to be. I want to be the girl that could do stuff in a man's world and maneuver in that way, like
they did.
Yeah, like they did. And at first I thought I could do that in the streets, and then I thought when I went to college, I thought I was gonna be able to do that in like the corporate world, because I was like, I want to be this big lawyer that really go up in there and be bossing all these niggas around. You know what I mean? Like I bit off more than I can chew. That shit was hard.
No, I think so to answer your question, I don't feel like the way I navigated that era of my life, I talked to my mama every day. I was in the same city or state with my mama, so I talked to her like all the time, like, and I would tell her, and my mom would just give me almost kind of like the Megan situation. My mom would just give me game on how females moved, and because my mama did experience that type of stuff that I didn't get to really experience, so she would just always tell me, oh, this happened. Oh yeah, so I kind of gained my
mama give me like, I ain't gonna say hood, but she give me like,
you don't know her for real.
There.
Yeah, no, for real.
She'll go there. Like,
so my mama, I think the way she raised me, like thinking about now as we talk as adults, the way she raised me, she was like, my daughter, like, nothing like me. Like, but in a good way, like, she nothing like me. She not ready to fight, like, I'm not gonna...
Already put her own game on all that shit, like...
Yeah, well, not even that, like, she almost had to... She felt like she had to put me on game on the things because I wasn't like her. Like, as far as, like, I'm not on, like she looked at me like, oh, she very non-conversational, she very green, she very friendly, she very, like, all of these things that she wasn't because of the life.
But that's a good thing.
No, that was, but she felt like, because you're like that, I have to put you on game that's not what the world is like.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
so certain situations are going to cause for you to act like a different way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think every moment, like my friend Bree tell you, like she would tell her every time she would see my friends or anybody around me, she just would be like, nah, you need to do this, you need to act like this, or like even with female, even with me, and like the conversation my mom used to have, my mom used to be like, you don't do nothing for a man for free. Like, you don't, a man can't touch you for free. A man can't do, like...
See, my mama didn't do that.
Like, that's the kind of conversation my mama
didn't say that. I had to learn that from my homegirls later on. I had to, like, figure that out with my homegirls. They're like, oh, girl, a nigga do this for you, and X, Y, and Z for you, and all you gotta do is ride in the car with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what?
Right.
I learned that game, baby. I had niggas to bring them all kind of lunch every day.
Yeah, different one.
Talking lunch.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of navigated it just like, I just felt like I was just up on a lot of game, like from the stuff my mom used to tell me. So I used to be able to see through people. I feel like I still had that gift. Like I feel like I used to know how to.
I know you didn't have to bump your head like I did, because I went through what some Megan went through.
Really?
I'm picking the wrong people. And
I thank God. Oh my God, I thank God.
Child.
But you are kind of too. I feel like you might have went through a lot of stuff too, not only from how you grew up, which it still contributes to that. But I feel like you're different. Your personality is different than mine, as far as your head is a little hotter than mine. Like you. I feel like a lot of situations that I've even, if it would have turned out the other way, it would have been based on my response to the situation. Yeah. And I feel like I've always known how to respond well. And I guess too, when I have a younger sibling that doesn't know how to respond well, he don't go with all time. Yeah. And so I kind of was the sibling that just did. If it was a situation to be had, I knew how to get myself out of it. I knew how to. I guess I'm you know what like I'm my brother in that aspect too, because that ain't no high head. Like, he's wild like that. And we ain't never had to do it much, but like, if it called for, we're gonna take it there. Like, meet us at it. We're gonna drop the location for y'all. Yes. I'm the one, my brother the one saying that, and I'm the one saying like, no, we need to just go home. We need to this. So I feel like that has kept me in a situation to where, you know, and then if I see you not like me, I really don't hang with people that's not like me. Yeah. So if you, like, I have a few friends that are a lot more rowdy than me. Like my friend Bree. She'll look like back in the day, and like now she's way calm. Yeah. But back in the day, Bree used to be my friend that's like, what? You better not bump into her. You better not play with her, like, you know? So I did have friends like that, but I just feel like I didn't hang with a lot of nonsense. So I didn't run into, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did. Yeah. Oh my God, I have friends that are way wilder than me, like Quinn and them. Yeah. Quinn and them almost got into a fight this last time we went out. So like, hey, I have friends that's way wilder than me. I'm the calm one. They tell you, they be like, Tia be the one trying to, separate shit, get people to chill. Now, if I gotta steal off on your ass, I will. Right. I be trying to relax. I don't like, cause shit like that, when it get taken too far, it starts small, but the shit get taken too far, like, you don't know what's gonna happen. Exactly. You don't know how people's intentions is or nothing. But just for me to answer that question, I feel like I grew up bumping my head. I feel like I grew up figuring it out. And that's no fault to my mom. I don't put any fault on her for picking a lane, you know what I'm saying? Especially as an adult and you know what it's like to be somewhere single. Not that you know, but you can imagine being single, working, and still having to think about all this. Like, I gotta think about telling my daughter to do her homework and that she the baddest bitch or not. You know what I mean? And not to just mess with anybody. Like, it's a lot to run down the list when you get home. Now, I only got a few hours with her. You know what I mean? First time for her to go to sleep. So I don't fault her for none of that. That's just the realization I've came to. I was raised by my environment, and that kind of lines up with my timeline. My mama worked 12 hours a day, you know what I mean? So how could she be? Exactly. Like, we only have 24, so
do the math. But like, I was always with my brother. That was mostly my guardian, because my older sister moved. So I feel like I was just raised by my environment, seeing what was cool, what people around me did, you know, what I deemed valuable to my life, you know, at that time, which really probably is the most valueless stuff ever now. But like, I'm just glad for open and willing to learn mine, because it's some people that, you know, keep on trying. Oh, that like I said, I thought I was gonna be the boss of the streets. Once I figured that wasn't for me, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once I figured the lawyer shit wasn't for me, I'm out.
Right.
I gotta figure it out. Like I gotta, and it's not that I'm just gonna quit. It's just that I know my cards. I know me, and I know how to play my hand. Like I know what's for me. So, and you know, I've been doing some praying about this. I'm praying that this is, you know, God keep the creativity flowing, and this is what's for me. You know, so. Luckily, I did learn those lessons later on in life. I'm getting outside of my 20s now, y'all. I'll be 30 next year, so I done had that ride. Now it's time for me to coast, baby. It's time for me to just put the lessons learned.
Well, I will say this: it's just getting started.
No, when I say coast, I mean put the lessons learned in play. Like, not just know them, you know what I'm saying, and still be fucked up and broke, and, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I'm doing better instead of just knowing better.
Yeah.
So do you have any confirmations for today? Anything you want to leave people with?
I will say, this is what I will leave people with, just thinking about what we've been talking about. I do feel like that a lot of the things that we go through in life, the stuff that Megan went through in her life, all of the stuff, I just feel like it's hard to do that. It's harder to do that without God. It's already hard.
Yes.
But it's even harder to do it without God. And I think
exactly what my pastor preached last Sunday.
Yeah, I feel like it's this scripture in the Bible that says Galatians, I think it's 5 and 9 or something like that. And it says basically a little leaven leavens the whole lump. Basically means like some people think that I can just do this just a little bit and I'm good. A little bit will ruin everything. Right. And I feel like when we get to a place of where we can realize that part of it, a little sin, a little drinking, a little this, a little, you see the trickle down. It trickled down, and it's even harder to handle certain things without God. It's just the reality of it. And so I just would confirm that. Don't think the small things don't matter. Right. They matter. Small things turn into big things, and it's not if you let it happen; it's when it happens. It's not
It's
a matter of if you let it, but it's just what it is. And so that's what I would leave with people, just knowing that the small things matter. Like I feel like a lot of the stuff, like when I think about what I was watching and what I had already knew about her, the hot girl summer, the driving the boat, all of that stuff
the liquor, all the drinking,
that was a sign.
Yeah,
and we looked clean past it, like thinking that it was a marketing thing.
I always think, well, I ain't gonna say always, but people, pretty much always. I feel like anybody, because being drunk don't feel that good. At all. And taking it that far, I feel like anybody who do that is really, like, so constantly and so much, is really fighting some demons. They fighting something that they just don't want to be sober to think about. Yeah, because we talk about all day how our mind running from the time we step in the out. If you feel like you gotta silence that early, right? Hey, baby, you might want to sober up and start facing some of them demons. Yeah. Like Pastor Jones say, and Miss Jones over here. Life is already hard, and without God, it's literally almost impossible. So
so that would be my takeaway from today.
That's crazy. My pastor named Pastor Jones too. All these Joneses on I was on a good plantation together. Oh y'all. All right, y'all. This was another good one. Another one. But we gotta get out of here. Yep. And we'll see y'all next week. Deuces.